What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another episode of Citizen Sleeper. Let's just jump right on in. So how's everyone doing today? I don't know what day this is going to go up. I'm recording this on the 17th, which is a Tuesday. So, hopefully this goes up on a... Oh, hold on. There we go. I forgot that this game can use the controller. Right, so... Did we sleep before? No, because we have no die. So it is time to sleep. That's right, I shut the game off after I slept the last time to save it, and now we're continuing from where we left off. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparks with glittering lights, like stars reflecting in a winter lake. It is clear, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering and flow. I don't remember if I moved the mouse, and I don't want it to be annoying. I'm hoping it is out the way. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light. Beneath transparent crystal forms, you follow the path of a thread across the ring. Through these forms, then leaping off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to phrase. But you begin to try. Focus on the threads or focus on the nodes. There we go. I don't know why I lost focus on the game. Now the controller won't work. No, stop. What? There we go. Okay, mouse. No controller. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Let's focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here. It's like 2D and 3D, all merged into one. And lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a triangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse inside, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then the instant tugging again. But that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two threads pulling in different directions as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the icky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and And this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Okay, so someone's tracking us. Joy! So what out there is tracking you? Following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Great. Tutorial, the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the Eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the Eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Okay, so that's what we've been seeing whenever we are peering into the threads and nodes. This. Heaven Age Gate. Oh, slot Heaven Age Cipher. Input 1 Heaven Age Cipher. Items. I don't have one. Okay. Something to come back to. Here's a key node. 0102. Oh. Data actions. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the Eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. Okay, so it needs a 2-pip dice. Let's hold off on doing that because there's other nodes. I want to see what else we got. It's a Have an Age Agent, another key node. Let's go all the way up and see what we find. Okay. Key node 9426. It needs a 1. We don't have one. Well, we have a 6, but I think we have to match them. This needs a 3, so we can't do anything with that. Solheim Gate, S7. We need a Solheim Cipher. Have an Age Agent. A Have an Age member is broadcasting on an open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Bypass. Extract data. Have an Age data. Okay, so we have some data, a cache of raw data from Have an Age. Okay, that's a 1-pipper. We don't have that. I think we're good. So let's head on out. We still have to wait on the doctor, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's go talk. Let's go see Mr. Emphasis. We need 5 more. So look, we're gonna have to go scrap for a little bit. Let's help Dragos out. Let's do. Let's take the gamble, and we'll do that. Since we are an engineer. Plus 15 cryo, back to business. Every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next big payday. Alright. Oh, Dragos. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flashing across the vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. Ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of the crew. Stay silent. Believe it or not, I managed to convince our salvage friends to give it to me on credit. He glances at you. The ship creaks like a cleaving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hull, their lights illuminating flashes of vented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container. The wreck of the Essen Arp freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own? A womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about the ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winterlight. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. Okay, so we have an upgrade point. We're definitely going to want this, but we need 2 points in order to do it. I'm thinking we hold off on that. But let's see. How's energy recovery at home? Photosynthetic skin. Transfer intercept. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Predictive reasoning. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. Rule seeker. Chance to gain energy after an engage action. I'm gonna try and get this one. I want to get the photosynthetic skin. That way we can gain some energy without needing to really rely on food. But we should still have food as a backup. That or, the other way around. But, we need to do that. That'll give us our energy and the fungus fan. Leave. And then we can talk to Emphasis. Sleeper. Emphasis calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you. Cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He paused to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. But one of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause. The spices reach your nostrils. Think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphasis. You look at Emphasis, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story, something with some spice. Tell a ghost story. Tell him about your dreams. All the sleepers, you tell Emphasis. All the sleepers, you tell Emphasis, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in a dorm scream or cry out in the night. But your dreams, those gray, skeletal after images of systems and structures of threads and patterns, were like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality, distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, until you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink. And now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell him that you don't know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps your reason is just some side effect, a particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Emphasis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Emphasis passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks a natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you longer, so I will make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stocked behind the stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think. A couple of cycles ago, they said that across the gap in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? Yes. Then you already know what I want to ask. Emphasis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I am sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell me, be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good, booms Emphasis. Then I will wait for you to bring them, Emphasis said. Emphasis sides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market. The rich taste of Emphasis food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food, you think. A trade that seems more than fair. Hell yeah. Alright, we have one more dice we can use. Like I said, we still have a few more cycles, 2 more cycles to wait. So we have to wait for the doctor. Study the winter lights and get to know Emphasis. Bring Emphasis Griole caps. Investigate the wreckage. Toggle tracking. see. That's the shipyard. Let's look at the ship. That way we can cutter salvage or forensic thrall. We'll do that. 50% positive, 50%, well, 50% neutral, 50% negative. It's a gamble, but we'll see what happens. All right, neutral outcome, good. All right, so we're one step closer to completing that. So not bad. All right, let us sleep for a cycle. We'll go through the next morning's, transition. Oh, we have upgrades available. Hey, what do you mean I have upgrades available? How do I have upgrades available? I don't have upgrades available. You lie. Yeah, I don't have upgrades available. How dare you lie to me? I mean, I have upgrades available, but I can't do anything with them yet. That's silly. All right. Now, yeah, I have to use my perk. I need a die in order to do it. So we will end the cycle, sadly. Oh, 2 decent dice, not bad. So we'll get either really positive or neutral, and this is neutral or 50-50. Let us do the 50-50 sunbathe. All right, that's good. So we don't have to worry about food today. So we didn't have any. Oh, there we go. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. Oh. I thought it was Draco. Sleeper, wait up. Fang is coming down the corridor towards you. A wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on eye. He looks way down the passage. What was it old Erland said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erland? You passed together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erland? He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name, Erland's Eye. Evan should organize some seminars, he laughs. Not really my department, though. I'm with systems. Havenage? Think of us as an administrative association of the Eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to or a continuation of Andre Erland's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity, and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around. But well, this is not the place for it. It's kind of echoey here. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you are settled, well, when you're settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. Watch your voice change. He pats you on the back, his voice bright, and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising his hand in farewell. Ooh, that's gonna be a good thing. Seems interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that'll be it for today. When we come back, we're gonna look into some other things. I definitely want to get back down to the shipyard and see what they have to do for us. And then I want to mess around more in the network. This place seems cool. And this seems like something I want to mess around with a lot. But we'll hold off. Hold off just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'm your host, Michael Gardner, aka Blue Fox 22. As always, stay safe, stay as healthy as humanly possible, and above all, stay foxy. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all in the next episode of Citizen Sleeper. Stay safe, stay as healthy as humanly possible in this day and age. Trust me, I know how difficult it is. I got over COVID too. But with that said, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.